All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Zombieland Saga, Season 2, Episode 9. Yugiri backstory.
Mm-hmm. And the family line of Kotaro.
Yes, because the protecting Saga is a thing that has been passed down the Kotaro family from generation to generation. Damn it, what was the word that I was looking for? Tradition? Technique? I don't know. Point is...
the Saga protection, preservation, restoration technique.
That's right.
Yes. It's all of the above.
And we get to see some of the other characters' ancestors.
And, basically unique outfits. That's primarily the reason.
Basically unique outfits, but we got to hear Ty's voice actor actually say something that wasn't zombie-like, and we might know actually where the dog came from, because that might be the same-ass dog.
That is definitely the same-ass dog.
Because it's a zombie dog, so it would have been down forever. Yeah. That also was passed down the Kotaro line. But
indeed.
There's an intrigue plot.
There's an intrigue plot. There's spies. There's government officials and maybe even an assassin or someone that's like a saboteur.
I mean, Yugiri did have scars right around here, so...
we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. All right,
oh my god.
There it is. That's a reason to talk about Zombieland Saga.
Right, like Zombieland Saga, very fun show, right? Worth the price of admission, all on its own. You don't need something like this for the show to be great.
Sure.
But damn.
Yeah, but it makes it so much better. So, always thought about the name Zombieland Saga. And I was like, okay, it's a saga of zombie land. Yeah, for sure. And then we find out, no, this place is called Saga. And we're like, oh, cool, okay.
Yeah, some of the things that they show are actual Saga things, like the mud race and all that stuff.
And we're like, okay, cool, this is an actual place that is, needing to have this kind of revitalization. That's wonderful. Awesome. So, zombies... bodies that get revitalized, but they're still dead, but they're revitalized, so it works. But then the idea of a saga, a time that has just covered a huge portion of history to cover up to this point, and now, yes, it is an actual saga of sagas. Or a saga.
Yep. Right. Yeah. And the fact, the bit that they had at the end of like showing the historical bits, that was so cool. Like that was actually just so awesome, right?
It's really powerful,
And of course, this story doesn't need to have necessarily happened, right?
No, obviously, a lot of the details are probably not like even remotely close to accurate,
right?
But just the idea that they led these fictional retellings of something that could have been real or maybe was remotely lightly.
The rebellion that was put down and made like it never happened might have been real, even if there wasn't some Kotaro Mamoru Miyano, person.
Who knows? But the idea that then those things are being told in the story in this anime, as if it had happened in that sequence makes it very powerful because, one of the things that's beautiful about Idealism is that you don't really need to be the person that makes the action happen from the idealism. One of the things that's really powerful about people that carry a dream or a vision or what have you is you don't have to be the one that makes that dream into a reality. If you share it enough, if you make enough noise, if you bungle around with enough chaotic energy and passion about it, other people's hearts will be moved by it.
Right.
You don't need to be a zombie, idol group or what have you.
Right.
You can be a bit of a, town outcast screaming about, how we're going to have some change happen here by, getting some representation in the government and talking about things there. Yeah, sure.
And hey, maybe even if your actions don't end up causing Saga to be brought back, even though it did seem like it did have some effect.
Sure.
You got executions outlawed. Like,
I mean, that was going to happen eventually anyway.
No, right, but like that's still pretty cool. Like that's something that came about as a result of it. Is it worth the, lives of the people? People still died and all that stuff, but like you never know what could happen, even if it's not the thing that you originally intended, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
I'm sure that back in that period, I'm calling him Kotaro, but because we'll need to see Kotaro's backstory to see if that actually
said his name in the episode multiple times.
Oh, they did.
It was
yes,
Kichi or
Kichi.
Like
yes,
that,
yeah, that's right. Even if Kichi never would have imagined that Saga would be brought back, or have that extra helping hand by a zombie idol group, via his grandpa's necromantic powers and stuff.
Right.
Still, something came about as a result of this. So.
Yeah, I love the idea also of this old guy being Saga. The idea of the oldest one of them is still not Yugiri. Yugiri is actually just someone that was one of the original people that he would have, gone to check about how you would, revive them. And thus we also have that that distance separated by the idea that none of the zombies would have been done brought about by Kotaro necessarily. Kotaro just maybe enacted the things that the grandpa guy needed to actually...
Hey, Gramps, I got these people. Can you do your thing?
Can you do your thing? Yeah, yep. Exactly. And that's the cool thing about it, is then if he spiritually and in some ways physically represents Saga, the idea that Saga is the place where anything can happen.
Right.
Then bringing these girls back here to Saga, then anything can happen.
Right. And
that just carries the spirit of the story really well.
And this whole story happened as a result of a stranger that was brought into a strange land. And hey, there's a certain magic about this place. Kichi would not have made any progress without Yugiri coming along to help spruce up what he was saying, right?
Yes.
It just would have been like the one dude that's like, come on, man, we got beaten 8 years ago, just let it rest, right?
Right.
But then all of a sudden, he starts speaking with like practice and poise and, and like making points that, stir up emotions within them that they had forgotten about, right?
Yeah, or points that win over the hearts of people that don't actually care to do anything about this. The idea that the big changes that happened after the event or the incident were primarily carried out by regular citizens means that a lot of those people had no interest probably in doing anything violent.
Right.
But that the non-violent approach actually won out in the end because of probably the flyers that you used and the message that you carried, but also Yugiri, you helped him. You helped clear that threshold there. So
even the photographer, that free photo might have been because it's hey, I can't help out too much, but yeah, I appreciate what you guys are doing. If you guys could bring back the magic of Saga, great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But this felt epic.
It did.
And I never would have expected that from Zombieland Saga.
The thing. It's an epic. It's an EPOCH. It's a moment in time that will be remembered forever because it stands now as the monument to Saga's origin story, if you will. And then obviously our show's origin story as well. So then having the little things like the grandpa, the dog, Yugiri, all being connected from that time, it doesn't need to be gone into in greater detail other than this story has been going on for longer than Kotaro. My wacky theory of Kotaro also being a zombie, he died and he's been carrying the same fervent fire and
however
message
the
and
grandpa
all that.
Is still alive, it's the same thing or something like that.
It could apply there maybe. Or Kotaro is just the great grandson of Kichi, Yep. I would say it doesn't really matter. Probably he's the grandson or the great grandson or what have you.
I think so, and I feel like this is a setup that we are going to be getting Kotaro backstory soon, and probably I think this season.
Probably at the very end of the season. Yeah, because there's 11 or 12 episodes in this season. Yeah.
Right, and we've gotten hints of it with the whole thing of like, he knew Sakura when she was alive and things like that. But yeah.
Okay, so I think having this episode basically be the kind of very clear end cap to this past story, having Ito be someone who knew what he had to do and was willing to do it, but then at the very end, dying to Yugiri's blade.
and being happy about it.
But also in some ways fighting in such a way that he was willing to let the coin flip decide basically whether or not he would, carry on to see any aspect of the dream. Because there's something beautiful about we're friends, but something pulls us apart.
Right, exactly. It's like the equivalent of like star-crossed lovers, but like star-crossed friends.
Yeah, it's Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also the magic of Saga can affect everyone, even the spy that was sent here to be in deep cover and make sure that it never came back.
Well, right, but the idea that he might have wanted to live to see the dream be realized,
Yeah.
And he's not going to get to see that.
Nope. Like that, and all the times that we see him trying to, like, the amount of care that was conveyed that he had for Kichi, I loved that, because we can tell, yes, this guy's a spy. He, like,
he was
Yugiri has to die somehow.
Times to Yugiri.
Right, exactly.
Like, it was very much a thing that they were very much the two ones flanking Kichi.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it even felt like they got to basically this understanding of, like, even if we're not going to talk about it and we might not know the details, we kind of get this sense that, like, if things go too extreme, we'll end up needing to fight. But we don't now. Not now. So
things are going pretty well.
Yep, let's enjoy the present. Let's hang out, dance, have a party, get our picture taken.
Photos,
Yeah, because we will still want to cherish these memories. Right. That's not going to change, right? Yugiri sort of poking at that of, like, what, you don't want to have your picture taken with someone that you may end up having to put down because they were, a rebel, But no, he's still going to totally take the picture, and not just to keep his cover.
Yeah.
So
that
was just I loved it, and it was something in 2 episodes.
It felt like an old homage also as well at times to, like, older Japanese films as well.
Yeah.
Just this episode, arc, basically the 2 episodes combined. There were multiple moments where the dialogue and the movements of the characters and even the
like plot beats
and stuff in general was like, oh yeah. I think I've absolutely seen elements of these in Japanese films, and it felt very nostalgic, but also in a way it felt very deeply respectful. There was something about this that felt disconnected from Zombieland Saga as a show.
Because of, like, the show's usual zany energy and stuff.
Yeah, but it also highlighted something that I feel like has been throughout the show, has been there all along, is the idea that this show has been deeply respectful to Saga.
Yeah, there's like a reverence to it, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the thing of where when you watch a story set in a real world location, and then that real world location there's the utmost care given to show basically, like, not just only the best things, but basically to put even the things that weren't necessarily so great about it in the best possible light. It's a way of showing honor and respect, basically.
Yeah. And in this case, it's not just the physical location, it's the spirit of the location.
Right. And it's something where I feel like, throughout season 1 and now season 2, they've been making fun of a lot of things with regards to Saga at times, and it's something where even in that there was that same similar respect there. So I'm really excited to see how they can close off the season with probably them getting their revenge by then getting to set up at the very least the plans for which then they would go and do the same concert, or something that would then lead to them having the plans almost be there, but then it blows up in their faces that there's an op-ed about how they're all zombies and stuff, and then Kotaro needs to, like, go
and it's
all
right
out.
Before the big day,
Right, and it's something where I'm almost wondering if they're trying to set this up as well, but that the reporter is basically the Ito in this case all over again.
Oh.
And that the reporter kind of does look a little bit like Ito. Like, not a lot, but, like, a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if you got that vibe.
No, I didn't get that vibe, but okay. That's fun. Yeah.
But yeah, just the idea that we could have a showdown again, where it's like, are you going to do this? Do you feel like you have to? And don't you see what's happening here?
And inadvertently, even if he does, that could be something that brings more people to the concert. Like, yeah, I'm not as familiar with idol culture and that whole thing and whatnot, but, like, there's that whole idea of there's no such thing as bad press, right? You know, like
yeah, not anymore.
Well, yeah. But like, you know,
before social media, that was maybe a thing, you know.
Sure. Well, okay. It can be very helpful to have people know of you, right? Because then they can actually decide if they want to like support you, right? As opposed to where most people end up being and where they had their issue before when they, you know, spent all that money at the concert.
They're just not heard of.
Yeah, people just don't know who you are. They don't, you know, they don't care. They can't care, right?
Right.
You know, so if you give them the opportunity to care, then, you know, maybe, and maybe people would come just to see the spectacle of, wait, are these people really zombies?
Yeah, nah.
There's no way zombies aren't real, but like if they are, I'd want to see that, right? Like,
right. Even if this is just some hack piece or what have you.
Right.
Like, I mean,
they might be closed down before the next concert.
They seem
you know?
pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some controversy could be kind of interesting.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, this was the 9th episode, so not too many episodes left. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.